This is it. The February 2025 Lightroom update has dropped, and trust me, it's a total game changer. Talking AI tools that'll make your edits faster and better than ever, plus some insane new features that will blow your mind. Whether you're a pro or just starting out, I've got you covered. In this video, I'm breaking it all down so you can level up your editing. Let's jump in. You don't want to miss this. All right, let's kick things off with one of my favorite new features. I'm going to start off with a couple of new features that are in Lightroom Classic. And the first one is focus on Lightroom tethering. It's improved for Sony, Nikon, and Canon cameras. This is the tether enhancement. It's called focus point selection. Lightroom Classic now supports the ability to select focus points by clicking anywhere on the tethered live view window for Sony, Canon, and Nikon cameras. Here I have my Canon 5D Mark III. It's hooked up to Lightroom Classic and it's in tether mode. I'm going to click on the live button. You must be in live to do this, so make sure that your camera supports it. In fact, I think my camera is a little bit older, so this version of Canon camera has not even been tested for this particular function with the Canon 5D Mark III. So you can click in a different area. I'm going to click where these headphones are, and so it's now focused there. I can click on another area, and now it's focused on the bottle. I'm going to go back and focus over here on this connector way back here. I'm going to click my shutter button up here and take the photo, and see, there it is. The connector back there is in focus and everything else is out of focus. So you can choose different autofocus modes directly from within the live view window. So here I have a selection of only 3 things: 1 point AF, face plus tracking, and quick mode. This is because I have an older camera. So here I have a screenshot of a newer camera. It's a Canon R5. You can see that there are more autofocus modes displayed, and you would expect to see a list like this for any of the newer cameras, whether it be Sony, Canon, or Nikon. So again, I'm just gonna click on these earbuds right here. It's in focus with the shutter, and here's the photo. So that is a focus point selection. The next new feature is also in Lightroom Classic, and on a Mac, if you go up to Lightroom Classic, catalog settings, you can see under the backups tab a window with a list of your catalog backups. So now you can easily open backup locations, check backup size, or delete older backups. Additionally, you can remove single or multiple backup catalog entries from this list without deleting the actual backup files from their location. And this is in Lightroom Classic. The next feature, it is available in Lightroom Classic, Lightroom Desktop, Lightroom Mobile, and Lightroom Web. And this is called adaptive profiles. So just to show you right here where it says profile, I'm in the development module, and here at the top it says adaptive color. In the profile browser right here under adaptive, you'll see adaptive color and adaptive black and white. These are new. So these new profiles were trained using AI, and this feature has been in Adobe Camera Raw, and now it has come over to Lightroom. I'm going to switch over to Lightroom, or what is referred to Lightroom Desktop, and continue with the video. So now I'm in Lightroom Desktop, and I was just showing you in Lightroom Classic where these profiles were. If I click on edit, up here it says profile, and you can select all these different profiles. This is adaptive color. You can also get to it through the profile browser. The new feature here is called adaptive color and adaptive black and white. So as I mentioned, these are AI trained. This feature has been in Adobe Camera Raw for a while. The requirement to use these profiles on your images is that your images can only be RAW or DNG files. So they only currently work with RAW and DNG files, whatever the RAW file extension is for your camera. So before, we would probably click on auto. Now, auto is just a starting point. You can still come down here under light or any other panel and make adjustments. So again, auto is a global adjustment to the entire image. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to reset the edits. Let me go to the profile browser here, click on adaptive color. So with adaptive color, you now have an amount slider. It's right in the middle by default, but if I increase it all the way to one side, you can see how that looks. Decrease it all the way to the left, and you want to find somewhere in between that you like. So the edits that are applied in adaptive color are applied to different parts of the photo, not globally like the auto button. And if you look at the edit, none of the sliders have moved. Auto adjusts these sliders. Adaptive profiles do not. And when you're deciding whether to use adaptive color or auto, you're actually only supposed to use one or the other. If I go back in and I've already used adaptive color, if I click on auto, I get a message here and it tells us auto and Adobe Adaptive. For best results, avoid using Auto and Adobe Adaptive together. So you have a choice. You can either apply it or not, depends on you, but you will always get this message unless you say don't share again. But it's suggested that you use one or the other. One other thing, if you, for instance, want to use all the remove tools, I'm going to use generative AI to remove something. Say I want to remove this bush and just remove it. I'll choose one of the variations and let me go back to my edit. And you can see that now I have another message that says some AI settings need to be recomputed. It's just telling me because I used an adaptive profile and it made its edits that now I've changed the edit, so to speak, and both edits have to be updated or synced together. So I'm going to say update. So just be aware that if you do that, that's the reason why. It's okay to do it, but Lightroom is going to let you know. And so here is the before, and here is the adaptive profile. And you can see that adaptive profile has really helped out that sky, and it did it separately than the rest of the image. So again, it edits different parts of the photo individually. It is not a global edit like the auto button. So adaptive color is like another starting point, just like auto was. You could still come in and change your sliders any way you want to tweak this. So they're a starting point. Let's move on to the next feature. We've always had this film strip down here, and this first icon that I have clicked right here is the detail mode. Right next to it is the compare. Now we've always had the compare, but what's different when you click on that, up here at the top, it says before and after. Click on this again. There it is. There's before and after. And you can change the orientation. You can swap the positions of the before and after. So that is new. You can see your original version unedited and the after or the current edited version. So that is new. This next feature is dual monitor support. Here in the detail view, we have these icons that look like monitors. I do have two monitors, but I'm showing them on the same screen so that you can see the video. So if you drop this down, I can change my other monitor or my secondary window to the same detail view or square grid or photo grid. On the secondary window itself, I have this toolbar. I can also make the detail view here, a square grid and a photo grid. I can change the rating. I can also pick or reject, and I can change the size of the grid in this case. And I have these three dots right here so that I can reposition this contextual toolbar. So you have dual monitor support now. So if I want to edit this one here on the right and see it over here on the left, the one on the left is highlighted. I can come up to my edit and see I'm changing the brightness and it's reflecting back on the other image in the grid. And so I can select photos in the grid and it becomes the detail image on the right, which is the primary display. So that is dual monitor support now in Lightroom. Which feature are you most excited about? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more Lightroom and photography content. Remember, it's never too late to learn. Thanks for watching.